With that being said, everybody, we're going to be seeing game one between Fiend and Impala. I'm excited to get this started. Let's go.
3, 2,
and we are going to be going into small Fortress of Lions. Impala, of course, on that signature Queen Eye, and I'm seeing Fiend on that. I'm seeing Fiend on that Queen Eye, and I'm getting a little bit excited.
Yeah, always nice to see a Queen Eye representative, and Impala still going to be left without a weapon, and Fiend able to get that weapon toss, and now picking up the guitars as well. This is not the kind of opening that Impala would have liked. Fiend is just continuing to deprive him of any weapons. It's like 30 seconds, dude.
Super good start right now from Fiend. I mean, this is bullying. This is just straight up bullying. Impala finally able to pick up that spear, and he is able to get some damage on the board. Tries to go for that sidelight into Nair as well. Fiend's not going to be falling for it though, and Impala, I mean, you can see right here, this is why Fiend didn't want Impala to pick up a weapon.
You want to keep him on the hunt. You don't want any of this to happen to you. And Impala went for like the delayed GCD light. Interesting. Not able to catch that dodge though. And at the moment, holding on to the stage. Not able to get the jump lead with the side out. Fiend getting the D light and almost catching Impala on the way back down to the ground. Unfortunately, just a little bit too close. And now this is just about as even of a game as we can get until Impala finds that recovery, tossing out the weapon and preferring to hold on to the bow.
Going to be committing to that bow to try and find that knockout. He's able to pick up the D-line recovery to be finally able to pick that stock off. Probably, yeah, going to be sticking to the bow. Picked up just the second one there. Fiend very quickly able to pick up that weapon. And the DC connects as well. Super, super good comeback for him.
Okay, Impala now, once again, completely even game we have at the moment. Dashing in, dashing out, looking for someone on our neutralites. Picking up the spear now. Let's see what's going to happen here. Impala just going to try to zone and keep away Fiend. Fiend going to be looking for an opening with down air, but Impala, what a huge extension.
Super, super big to be able to pick up that dodge there. Incredibly satisfying combo to rack up some damage, but Fiend, he's on those guitars. He's going to be able to take that back as soon as possible. He's just not able to find anything. He can't find a sidelight.
This is such a ridiculously even match so far, right? Both of them have been going back and forth, and now Fiend finally able to get the whip punish, putting him into the guitars blender, dealing so much damage now, and now putting Impala off stage in a bit of a nasty position for just a second.
The main thing is also like, not only is the neutral even, but how much damage they get out of every single opening that they do find for themselves is also super even. Impala, if he finds an end light, if he finds a side light, he doesn't just go for that one hit. He keeps hammering in, going for as many attacks as he possibly can, and Fiend is doing the exact same thing on those guitars.
Oh, and Impala is so bold off stage with no weapon, almost got that edge guard, and now picking up the bow as well. Going to be now looking for a D-light to maybe combo it into recovery. Just backing off a little bit, popping out a D-sig as well, and now Fiend off stage with guitars. Oh no. Okay, I thought that got really scary for Impala for a second.
Impala did get that there on the way out though, and he is going to be, I would assume, sticking to that that spear, which he will indeed. Able to pick up a Nair, a Sayer, trying to go for the second Nair as well. Impala right now in a flow state with this spear out on the ground, picking up so much damage, and Fiend is just now finally able to get a little bit of ground beneath his feet.
Yeah, we're seeing the Spiritito come out now. Fiend, excellent D-Sig just as a keep away option. Impala was not expecting it. That also does come out, and Impala.
So early.
Oh,
no way, dude. That side signature sent him flying. You do not mess around with Queen Eye spear signatures.
No, not at all. Impala basically got hit by all of them. I want to see, oh man, I wish we could get the post-game stats on like how many of Fiend's signatures actually ended up connecting them, but I'm pretty sure it was all of them.
So hard. Especially, I saw he was utilizing that Qatar neutral signature a little bit. Something that you only really see from the best of the best Queen Eye players, right? To be able to line that one up. Spear side sig at the end as well. Hit super hard. Not a lot of players use it. Fiend definitely knows his way around them, and you can see Impala trying to get composed. We're moving into the next game, speaking to himself a little bit, and we are going to be seeing the same stage with the same legends.
Yeah, that was kind of the X factor of that game, wasn't it? Because it felt like Impala and Fiend were super evenly matched. And that was the only thing that Fiend had over Impala in that moment because of how much damage it dealt and how nasty of a position it actually put Impala into. That being said, they seemed almost completely evenly matched that game one.
They were very, very evenly matched, yes, but I mean, Fiend, he did really just have that. You mentioned the X Factor with the signatures. I was talking about, like, in the second stock, how both of the players were able to get a lot of damage out of their interactions. Impala kind of lost that magic towards the end of the game, and Fiend was just able to pick up a lot of damage that comes out in quick bursts. I mean, we're seeing it right there. Fiend finds one there, he doesn't stop there. He goes for the side, he goes for the DC, he goes for anything that he might be able to get.
He's getting a lot of damage now at this point. Impala just whiffing a lot on the ground, whiffing that D-Light. It does not matter. You're not able to get the extension. That's the neutral light. Fiend jumping out there just in case Impala decided to dodge out. And now, Impala, what do you do with this situation? Catching the landing, catching Fiend, sweating on the way back down. That's the confirm, and now Impala has a tiny little lead.
Catching those landings against some of these best players is so tricky, but Impala able to do so. Now also getting a really nice combo started on that bow, double recovery. Silent on the ground as well, wanted to find what is going on. Impala is just dominating the neutral right now. Fiend can't get a hit.
Fiend is not able to find that opening up until that neutral leg connected, but trolling out off stage, the neutral leg didn't connect, and Impala getting the ground pound. That bow ground pound is a menace.
That's a menace to society, if it's a menace to anything. Impala with an amazing stock, going into an absolute flow state, and Fiend, it looks like he has finally got himself back on his feet, able to find a little bit of balance as he's able to get that stock off. He's still in a full stock disadvantage, but he decides to stick to those Qatars. Right weapon for the task, he gets that first read. I really thought that was going to connect onto more, but unfortunately it isn't, and Impala immediately with a spear spring to answer back.
Yeah, that felt like it should have been more damage for Fiend, right? Because as soon as you catch that kind of a dodge with Qataris and you come back in with down air, you usually expect to have like a 3-second long cutscene. But it didn't pan out that way. And now, at the moment, Fiend is in a bit of a cutscene himself, taking a lot of damage off stage. And Impala connecting a neutral light, looking for the D-light, because had that connected, that would have been a nasty side.
Impala going for the egg drop as well, but it's not going to be connecting. Fiend with the side signature, going for the ground pound, able to respond with the ground pound, and that should be it. Impala as he finds another there, but he doesn't get the GC D-light. That must have been a misinput.
Okay, but right now Impala getting the neutral light. Let's see what's going to be the juggle here. Fiend holding onto the stage at the moment, just keeps on catching Impala's attempts to juggle him on the platforms.
Oh, I'm seeing some desperate signatures, man. That end-sig, side-sig though, able to connect. I mean, I said desperate, Fiend said, nah, these are calculated, bro. He's able to make that one count. Impala now still on his last stock now. Only needs 1 or 2 attacks to be able to find the knockout.
That spacing was crazy. He just barely avoided the down, and he almost got spiked. But is this going to be it? And Paulo got the dodge. He positioned himself for it. But he backed off and didn't actually commit to it. He positioned himself perfectly to punish it.
No way. Fiend, barely no options. Impala, he goes for the recovery. There's still a chance. There's a chance. The chance is not gone just yet. Fiend has been able to get so much of this damage back. The Nair, it's not enough to knock out yet either. Yeah,
it's Kaya. Kaya's a neutral on bow. Is not going to KO anytime soon, but that's going to be it. That's a D-light into the recovery, and Paula holding that game down and holding that lead. But I've got to say, that got really scary at the end for Impala. Fiend was picking up a lot of momentum. He was picking up a lot of steam. There was a really critical moment off stage where he was like, hey, if I get this down here with Qataris right now, that's the stock. That's just Qataris off stage. Impala didn't get hit by it. He got back onto the stage just fine. But man, that was so scary for Impala in that moment.
Fiend also, you know, getting blessed a little bit. Queen Eye, we already know. I don't know how much defense Queen Eye has, 7 or 6, something crazy like that. Kaya not being a super strong legend either. Able to survive off of so many of those encounters where realistically, most legends, I mean, you would have gone out there. He had a lot of new opportunities where he could try and strike back. If anything, this game just shows us that, you know, this is still anyone's game.
This is still anybody's game, and
so
I don't exactly know how it's going to go. I will say, though, the majority of that game, too, was in favor of Impala. That was a little bit different from what we saw in Game 1. In Game 1, I felt like the signatures are really what got Fiend over the finish line to secure the game. In that Game 2, Impala was in control of the neutral. You talked about it. You touched on it. He was just keeping space away, and then just found a lot more consistent follow-ups, but then Fiend just ended up picking up a little bit of steam at the end. Yeah,
Fiend. Super, super good final stock coming out from him. I don't know what kind of beast we were seeing from Fiend there, but whatever it was, I hope to get to see more of it moving into this next game as we are loading 3, in. 2, we are going to be going on the same legends. This time around, though, we are on the Miami Dome.
Impala just backing off to the ground now, looking for the side and able to just catch Fiend pressing aggressively on the ground. Impala, really good advantage state, and I mean, I've got to say, we already know what Fiend is capable of. He can easily match that with one dodge read with Qataris every single day of the week. And it's interesting, he's opting to go for the Qataris for the majority of the game, and I feel like the most superior usage we see out of him have just been the signatures.
Indeed, Fiend's Qatars have been doing absolute magic so far. Very, very close offstage encounter though. Neither of the players are able to pick up anything massive there though. Fiend able to get that side light, still already going for the reads, but Impala, his defense options, he's mixing them up well enough.
Okay, that's a side light, that's a neutral light, and that's going to be the recovery as well, but Impala still holding on to that stock. Fiend not picking up the spear, backing off a little bit, the desync doesn't come out, but Impala, no whiff punish on it.
No whiff punish is going to be coming out. Fiend looking for this knockout now. I can't believe Impala is already all the way down into red. He is going to be charging up that desync, and Fiend, that was so close to connecting, man. I swear that signature is magnetic, but Fiend seems to be resilient.
Yeah, no, he just stayed away from that thing. He looked at it and was like, wait, can I come back onto stage now? Wait, maybe now? Okay, now is my opening.
Yeah, it's like V8, you know, it's like the old 90s internet booting up sound effect.
But you know what, a little bit of lag sometimes is exactly what you need. Fiend at the moment though, let's see what his next opening is going to be. Tries to go in with a side light. Impala finding the recovery, and that's going to be the KO without taking too much damage. And now the game, once again, is about as even as it could possibly be.
He has that weapon advantage. This is the same bow that we were seeing just a game ago that was absolutely dominating Fiend, and it looks like he's trying to keep something like that going as he's constantly trying to read these escape options coming out from Fiend. We are kind of going back into neutral here though, but this time around, I mean, Impala's dominating it.
Holding on to the ground yet again. Gets the side light, gets the D-light, but then runs off the stage with that side light a little bit too committal, and now finds himself in a disadvantage, and Impala is more than happy to take advantage of it. Nice little combo there, backing off. Doesn't get the side in, and Fiend is able to finally get back on, but he took a lot of damage when he was just stuck off stage. Yeah,
took a lot of damage. Also, you know, considering this is Queen Eye, Qatar's is a weapon that's supposed to, you know, you throw out a lot of attacks that slowly build up damage. Queen Eye just kind of makes that irrelevant, you know, considering they have like 7 strength or something crazy like that. Impala able to throw him off stage, though, and that desync, the second part of it, is actually going to be connecting, taking Fiend out.
Impala with an even better lead than in the blue stock, getting the recovery, looking for the neutral leg follow-up, holding back onto the ground.
Nice air. Going to be trying to follow it up as well. Impala, amazing there to be able to get back up. But Fiend, he's trying to commit to this. Is going to be going back up to pick up that weapon, though. He has the spear in hand. I smell that N-Sig. I smell that D-Sig. I thought a side sig was going to take it out, but Fiend used every single other signature that I thought he was going to.
Impala's not falling fully as much as he used to. He's just actually slowing down and playing a little bit further back, so he's just not running into it as much as he used to. And we'll see if they actually do come out and connect at the end here. Just,
oh my god, no, that could be
was crazy!
With the ground pound, 2-1, and out of nowhere, it was looking like Fiend. This game, Impala said, hold up, he goes for that offstage play, and that's 2-1 on the scoreboard.
Okay, this is something I noticed the last game as well. Fiend is going for some offstage plays. That's a very nice way of putting it. I saw a spear ground pound last game that I was like, that was a little bit interesting. That GC unarmed down strong was also like a little bit interesting. It was also quite a bit of a commitment. I'm surprised there wasn't like a GC D-light. I don't know why that was a decision, as opposed to just doing that.
I'm not sure if that was actually nerves that we were seeing from Fiend, because it was either, I mean, doing what Impala did there was either like, all right, you are fumbling the bag, I'm gonna punish you hard, or you are feeling a little bit too comfortable throwing out stuff that shouldn't be connecting, I'm going to punish you hard. And it feels like Fiend, at that last couple of interactions, Fiend was a little bit more insecure about his options. We were seeing a lot of signatures that weren't connecting. We were seeing
He wanted that KO. He was hungry for it.
He was a little bit hungry, he was a little bit desperate, and you know, when you have such good fundamentals that Fiend does, it's fine being a little bit desperate because you're still going to be able to connect the dots, but Impala doing an amazing job at maneuvering around, especially that GCD sig that we saw at the very end, and also in moments of struggle, able to turn around those situations so quickly.
Yeah, he was a little bit more patient. He wasn't really rushing in and trying to steal space away. And then also when it came to offstage, he was just really cognizant and was like, okay, cool, you did this. Not only am I going to get back onto the stage, but I'm also just not going to let you get away with this. And so for me, that is a wake-up call. Now, what is this?
We have the Terros. We have the Terros on screen. Fiend, I mean, he's seeing the vision. He knows what he needs to do. Impala, though, already, I mean, we can barely talk about this legend pick because Impala already in the very start of the game. We're 13 seconds into the game, and Fiend, he's in orange, man.
He's in orange, but you know what? It's Terros, so you only need a couple of swings to be able to even that one up.
And there it is. There's the 3-piece, and Impala is, he's basically even it out. Still another side light near, and that is going to be completely evened out on the board now, as Fiend is looking for even more damage here. Impala kind of lost a little bit of that magic that he had in the first couple of interactions, but he has the bow in hand.
Still has a slight damage lead, but honestly, against Talos, you don't really have a damage lead, Abu, especially when he evens it up just like that. Now, when it comes to being off stage, oh, Impala, that was quite the commitment with the down air. Are you going to make it back on? Fiend is going to make that as difficult as possible.
Oh, no, not again with the DC, Fiend. Going to be able to get back up, though. He has been blessed to be able to make that back up without Impala brutally punishing him this time around. D-Light Nair is going to be knocking him out, though. Fiend, that's the second time he's thrown that out.
He
it just doesn't work.
He let the intrusive thoughts win.
He let the intrusive thoughts win, man.
It's like, hey, you know what? Didn't work last time. Wouldn't it be funny if it hit this time around? That being said, Fiend is going to close out that free stock on Impala. Didn't take too much damage. Oh, yeah.
D-Light into the weapon pickup. You love to see it. Some players know the tech, most of us don't.
Okay, ooh, a little bit committal there. Impala with a nice little punish. In fact, a nice, pretty good punish, in fact. Okay.
Going for multiple dares. Impala putting out so much pressure with that ground pound. Tries to go for the dare as well, but Fiend is ready this time around. Ground pound isn't connecting. Impala, there's so much offstage interaction for all this time. Fiend has kind of been avoiding it, but Impala now pushing it more and more. He's one stock away from going into top 8 winner's side for the second time.
Yeah, he is cleaning up this Talos at the moment. Finally coming back on with the Spirit Cavalry axe on hand. What is Fiend going to need to do to even this up? Fiend is so hungry and so desperate for these KOs, and Impala is taking full advantage of every single signature.
Fiend now. He has a lot of work to do, but it all begins with taking this stock off. He needs to find it. He's on that hammer. Impala able to throw him off stage, though. This is not where Fiend likes to be. Dares aren't connecting. Impala gets that side that he's looking for the reads. Fiend getting a little bit shaken up by now.
Impala's playing fast. He is not giving Fiend any space. He is constantly getting in his face, and Fiend finally able to connect that down. Anything is possible at this point. You last stock apiece. You need one dodge read. You need one good, solid advantage state. And the question is, does he have that? As Impala getting so aggressive, even with no weapon in hand.
No weapon in hand. Fiend, this is what he needs for the Game 5 dream, but Impala, he's so close to already wrapping this up. Gets that answer, and it's going to be it! 3-1 on the board, and Impala makes top 8 winner side yet again for the second year in a row. He keeps the NA dream alive.
I'm calling it right now. Grand Finals is going to be godly, and it's also going to...